Welcome to Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast, the podcast that empowers you to turn your dreams into reality using the law of attraction. I'm your host, Papi DiNuzzo, and together we'll dive into the mindset, strategies, and energy shifts you need to create the life you've always envisioned. Whether it's health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, or spirituality, inspired by my transformative book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, each episode brings you practical tools, inspiring stories, and bold insights to unlock your limitless potential. Get ready to manifest your greatness, and let's dive in.
Give a fish, teach to fish, delivering hope. A Paying It Forward, self-improvement and personal development charitable community outreach initiative. Founded, supported, and funded by DiNuzzo Private Wealth, Inc. Welcome. We are grateful you're joining us today. Papi has been sharing his inspiring message of hope and positivity at various events, in-person appearances, and he's even been a guest on several podcasts. Papi's commitment to uplifting his fellow brothers and sisters in need is truly remarkable. If you're seeking a motivational speaker to inspire your organization or nonprofit, consider booking Papi. And thanks to the power of technology, Papi's inspirational message can reach your organization anywhere in the world. Papi's able to virtually connect with your group or nonprofit for free to share his message of hope and inspiration. Also, some exciting news is that Papi's Mindset Coach has expanded to social media. So to stay updated and get some positivity in your newsfeed, please like, subscribe, and share PapiMindsetCoach.com on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, and Facebook so that you can join forces and share his message of hope and inspiration to his fellow brothers and sisters in need around the world. So let's go to Papi now to set the table for us. Good morning, Papi.
Mikey, namaste to you and our entire audience. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. Mikey, one thing just came to mind. I didn't get a chance to tell you yet, but we're getting up and running on Rumble too, so we'll have to add that one on to our social medias. That's another one that we got added. But social media continues to grow by leaps and bounds. That's wonderful. I'm just thinking, Mike, you're talking about different areas. I just literally had a wonderful conversation with a woman yesterday who was born and raised in Cameroon, Africa, and she's actually going back there in a month or two, but working closely with her to develop some exciting and deep ties there with our fellow brothers and sisters. She loves the message, and a lot of her Cameroon family here in the United States love the message as well. We're looking to expand there. So almost every conversation or presentation I do leads to another presentation or conversation. So that's going extraordinarily well. And again, I recommend individuals follow us on social media, and you can listen to one of my presentations. A lot of these the message I'm delivering is maybe 30 seconds. And if you just scroll through 3, 4, 5, or 6 of those in a row, it's all positive. It's all uplifting. Everything I do is under the category of a pep talk, I think, for lack of a better word, letting you know about the creative power that you have within you. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today under Universal Intelligence, Universal Subconscious Mind, Universal Light, Source Power, Source Energy. We could say Source Creator. And again, I remind the audience, I never speak about religion. I stay neutral. My goal is to stay as high as possible from a perspective of 100% spirituality and stay as neutral as possible, neutral to governments, neutral to religion, neutral to politics, neutral to anything that's argumentative. I remain neutral to. So I just want to give gratitude, Mikey, give thanks and appreciation and gratitude that for all of us, today is a magnificent day. For all of us, today is the greatest day of our life. And for all of us, we've created our masterpiece today. So this is about stepping into your power, stepping into your 1% better self every single day. And if you step into your power, I should say, when you step into your power, you will easily be stepping into your new, improved 1% better self every single morning. My fellow brothers and sisters, I can remind you every time that we interact with each other, when you're driving down the highway of life, you come to the most important fork in that road, and it is a thought road to the right and a physical 3D road to the left. It's up to you. Do you believe that you live in a thought world or a physical 3D world? I told you my grandfather's worked in steel mills here outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for over 40 years each. My one grandfather came over from the ghettos of Warsaw, Poland. His family did. And my Italian family came from the slums of Naples. My dad worked in these steel mills for 25 years. They thought that it was 100% a physical 3D world. If you wanted to make more money, you worked overtime that day. If you wanted to make more money, you worked 6 days a week or 7 days a week. No one had ever explained to them, no one had ever shined universal light on them to awaken the untapped creative power that was in them. And I think these are the greatest people on earth. And that's what I'm here for my grandparents, my parents who never heard this, who never had it explained to them. That's what I'm here for, to shine universal light on you and awaken the untapped creative power that lives within you, that 97% of our fellow brothers and sisters are not accessing or not accessing any way possible that could deliver manifesting anything they can imagine. So I'm really excited about our show today, Mikey. I remind everybody, read my book, listen to my book. When you find a better system, once you get manifesting anything you can imagine down, then branch out from there. But keep a tight focus. Keep a tight focus. I recommend reading my book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, every day, and or listening to it. I listen to it every week, multiple days every week. And I recommend that you do the same to keep you on a high vibration, high frequency, positive information to combat all the negativity that's coming toward you on a daily basis. So I thank you so much, Mikey, for that. We just had one of the podcasts I was just on, Mike, I've been on a whole bunch of them, was a fabulous Over 50 podcast by Jen Hardy. And she's just such a wonderful woman. Her story is so inspiring, and just what an entrepreneur she's turned herself into, and how much success she's had across multiple podcasts. But it was just a very inspiring time that I spent with her, Mikey, on the podcast. The energy was great back and forth. And I just love going on different podcasts that are completely different from anything I've ever been on before, and reaching a brand new audience and shining universal light on this. I remember a group that I was presenting to, a different group, Mikey, on a virtual presentation a few weeks back. And I love looking later on at the comments in the chat, and it was maybe 30 or 40 women who were on the presentation. And about 10 minutes into it, one of the women just typed in the chat, "I love this. I absolutely love it." And again, when I'm presenting to our fellow brothers and sisters and sort of flipping that light switch on, it's just so exciting whenever they start to understand that they have access to all knowledge and all power of all time within them. And the power that each of you, my fellow brothers and sisters, possesses is larger than your wildest imagination. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I am here for, to flip that light switch on. The other one, Mikey, we came across was, I had a friend of mine that sent me this little video, and there's a lot of Jim Carrey stories, a lot of stories for a lot of people on how they manifested. And it was a great story. He was in grade school, and his teacher was talking about, and I think he actually grew up in a Catholic grade school, or at least this one year he was in a grade school. And I'm going to say it was second or third grade, something like that. And the teacher was talking about, if you want something, she's explaining almost the basics of manifesting through prayer, was the example she was giving. If you want something, and Jim Carrey said, "I got it." He said, "Well, that's it. Like, I've got a plan now." So he thought about this new bicycle. He said his dad couldn't afford to buy him a bike. He said every single one of his friends had a bicycle, and that's what he focused on. And he thought about it. He applied his thoughts to it, and he applied emotion to it every single day for 2 to 3 weeks. He said 2 to 3 weeks later, he comes home. There's a beautiful brand new Mustang bicycle, a banana seat, big handlebars, like every little boy's dream. This bicycle they showed a picture of that was in his house. And he said, "How did I get this bicycle?" He won it in a raffle. But what's interesting is it's a raffle that he did not apply for. He did not put his name into the raffle. One of his friends went into a store. They said that they were going to be raffling off a bicycle in a couple of weeks. His friend wrote Jim Carrey's name on the piece of paper and put it into the raffle, and Jim Carrey won this bicycle. He manifested this in 2 to 3 weeks, and he manifested an awful lot after that. But that's the earliest that I ever heard a success story with him, and I just wanted to share that with the audience. It's so inspiring. Again, he had nothing. His father couldn't afford this bike, and how the universe delivered this to him. I ask you, my fellow brothers and sisters, open up your mind. Shut your stinking thinking down. That's your conscious mind, the top half of the circle. Shut down your stinking thinking. Shut down Mr. Stupid. Again, We as human beings have figured out how to travel at the speed of light 1 second from here to the moon in 200,000 years. Just use a rough number. This universe is 90 billion light years across, traveling at the speed of light from one known edge to the other known edge of the universe. 90 billion. You can't have the collective knowledge of one and understand 90 billion. We human beings cannot comprehend this. Have some trust, have some faith, open up. If you open your subconscious mind up just a little bit and allow this wonderful knowledge and this wonderful love and flow and power and spirit and everything to come into you and through you, you will start to move towards seeing the light, so to speak, as that light switch being flipped on, step into your power, and you can easily start to become 1% better every single day.
And Pappy actually showed me that video with Jim Carrey too, so I would highly recommend go out and look at that because it's just the way Jim Carrey delivers it is just it's hilarious, and it's also just a great example of the law of of the law of attraction. There was something he wanted, he visualized it in his mind, and then the universe delivered. And it reminds me of one of the quotes that you have too that you say. I can't remember exactly, but it says like where you say, "If you think the thought and then create the thought, you can hold it in your hand," and that's basically what he did. He wanted this bike.
Yeah.
The universe delivered. So that I think that's just a great example of manifesting. The consistency and repetition is your key to manifesting. And with so much negativity that surrounds us, Pappy wants to counterbalance all of that by sharing positive and uplifting concepts to live by weekly to everyone on our mailing list. So, Pappy, what 2 concepts are you going to share with us today?
Sure, Mikey. I see you have 2 at the top of the list, so I'll work on those today. And again, just remind the audience, these came about when I was writing my book that there were people, including Mikey. Mikey's really good at this. She helped me do the audit when I was working on my manuscript. And there were individuals that came to me and says, Pappy, this is wonderful, but there's a lot of words and concepts in here that I don't understand and are being used in a different context than I'm used to. So I started with the concepts to live by. And in the back of the book, there are pages and pages and pages. My fellow brothers and sisters, if I just had these concepts to live by, just these words and definitions, decades and decades and decades ago, before I self-taught myself and self-investigated and did my due diligence and reverse engineered this and figured out manifesting and the law of attraction, I think about it, but I never regret it. But I'm just telling you, it's so valuable to have access to these. So these concepts to live by, I try to review at least 1 or 2 of them with you every week. And Mikey sets them up. We just rotate through them from every show that we do. The first one Mikey has up is vibration. And this is at the heart and soul of everything. Nikola Tesla, one of the smartest individuals, I believe, to ever walk this planet Earth, was asked, Mr. Tesla, what if I want to know the secrets and the operations of the Earth I live on in this universe? How would you explain it to me? What would I need to know the secrets of this Earth and this universe that I live in? Nikola Tesla said, you need to understand 3 things. 3 things. Energy, vibration, and frequencies. That's at the epicenter of everything on our earth here and in the entire universe, in our world and the entire universe. Vibration is the communication system of the entire universe. We on earth are in a 3D world, and there's air that comes across our vocal cords, and we hear letters and words and phrases and sentences. That is abnormal for the entire universe. It's even abnormal as in the minority here. We're communicating more telepathically than we are. We're communicating more non-verbally and telepathically than we are verbally. Individuals are picking up these signals. They're picking up from our subconscious mind. We are making a connection before we even say a word to someone else from our subconscious mind, from our vibrations that are coming out of us, which convert to frequencies. And these frequencies, I told you, think of it as like your smartphone, making a phone call. Whatever frequency you're on, that is the person, the group, the resource, the asset, the opportunity that's going to, quote unquote, metaphorically answer your phone call. So vibrations are so important. So if we say, Pappy, high vibrations sound good and low vibrations sound bad, to oversimplify, yes, that's correct. If we can think of it, we're in a high vibration state or we're in a low vibration state. So high emotions, light, ethereal, wonderful vibrations, or we're in a bad state, bad emotions, low, dense vibrations, low, dense frequencies coming out of us. What you think you will become, what you feel you will attract. Your feelings, why Buddha said why you will attract what you feel is because when your feelings flow through you, starting in your subconscious mind and flow down and through your body and out from your subconscious mind to your body, why Buddha said you will attract what you feel because when the emotions flow through you, they create vibrations. And these vibrations come out of you, they convert into frequencies, and that is what you attract. Buddha figured this out thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. So your vibrations are so important. Your higher self is giving you feedback every second of every day. And let's just say, to make it simple, it's just a light switch on or off, high or low. And you could be in a high vibration or low vibration. Anytime you are in a low vibration, low emotions, bad emotions, negative emotions, in a bad mood, as a lot of human beings would state, your higher self is giving you direct feedback and saying, you shouldn't be here, get out of here, don't do this, don't keep doing this, don't place yourself in a situation, avoid this situation in the future. Avoid this person or people in the future, and or reduce your time in this situation or environment, and or reduce your time around this person or these people. It's giving you direct feedback that it is completely out of alignment with you manifesting your best life. It's giving you direct feedback. Conversely, when you're in a good mood, you're in a high vibration, things are going well for you, a good emotion, everything else. What is your higher self telling you? This is wonderful. This is where you are meant. This is where you're meant to be. This is what you designed for. This is why you came to Earth, to be in this space, a glorious high vibration. You came here to be happy and to enjoy happiness. You came here to love and love yourself and love others. You came here to Earth to raise the entire collective consciousness of this planet. Every single one of our fellow 8 billion plus brothers and sisters has the ability themselves, believe me, by them elevating their game, so to speak, and raising their vibration, to make this a better earth of love and peace and unity and freedom for every single human being here. That's how powerful you are. So your vibration is just so important. The next one, Mikey, is vision that you have lined up. That's our second one for today. Vision. I think of vision as, I've always think of it as a letter V because it starts with, I'm a very literal person. So I think of that V. And then I always think of a megaphone, an old fashioned like cheerleader megaphone that they would yell into. And it's like smaller here and it goes out and it looks like a V shape. And I think about this. This is what you're projecting out to the world. This is what you're looking out into the world. This V, or the V comes like from your forehead, your thoughts, and it goes out in that letter. And think of in this V, in this megaphone, or the literal letter V that vision starts with, think of all these round objects in there. Maybe like some are the size of a softball, some are the size of a baseball, some are the size of a tennis ball, some are the size of a golf ball, some are the size of a marble. And they're all in there. And when you look at them, they all have a word on them. Those are all of your goals and or your ideal outcomes. So the aggregate, the cumulative effect of all of your goals, ideal outcomes, which you aspire to, that comprises your vision. So you build your vision sort of one brick at a time regarding what your goals are, what your daily most important experiences are, what all of your other experiences are, your other ideal experiences throughout the day, and your ideal outcomes. So your vision, again, we only work on one large faith 10x goal at a time, but you have a lot of other most important experiences every day, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. All of your other experiences, of course, your intentions, you're putting out your intentions all throughout the day, and you're focusing on ideal outcomes. All of these added together or your vision. Stay true to your heart. Listen to your subconscious mind right when you first wake up in the morning, right before you go to sleep at night, to get in contact with you. The two greatest days of your life, the two greatest days of your life are the day you're born and the day you figure out why. The day you figure out why is synonymous with your purpose. You've identified your purpose, and your purpose flows into your vision. So again, this is something you maybe won't figure out overnight. Don't worry about if you haven't worked on this or anything about doing it in a day or week or month or months, but it will come to you if you start to focus on it. And when you get in harmony with your purpose for why you came here, when you get on that frequency, you'll never work another day in your life. You'll never work another day in life because you'll be in your passion, and this energy will be naturally flowing through you. And you could work on something for 4 hours and it will seem like 4 minutes because you even have more energy when you're done at the end of that 4 hours than you have when you started. So again, I recommend take a little bit of time, go into my book and look at vision, but that's the best way I can describe it. So, Mikey, vibration and vision, another couple of great concepts to live by today. And again, we're just taking a little bit of information at a time because for a lot of our fellow brothers and sisters, this is the first time you've been exposed to this information. You've been thinking in a physical 3D world for 20, 40, 60, 80 years or more. And now I'm introducing this to you. And I would suggest to you that this can be the all-time game changer for you. And you truly can absolutely manifest anything you can imagine.
That's awesome. So it's really important just to keep your vibration high so that you can attract similar energies and become a magnet to whatever you want to desire. And the way you describe the vision with the megaphone going out, I think that's like the perfect example because you have a clear vision and that makes the universe it's easier for the universe to understand what you want and deliver to you what you really want. So that's an awesome example. And having a clear vision and having a high vibration and attracting the law of attraction takes practice, just like you said. And Pappy takes a lot of the guesswork out of manifesting for us, and he breaks it down in a way that we can all understand it. And he gives us these awesome coaching tips. So, Pappy, what is your coaching tip for us today?
Yeah, Mikey, as you always do, you're a great thought stimulator. And what you were just saying there just was giving me so many great thoughts. And I always try to make things as simple as possible. So from what Mikey was just describing, just think again, high vibrations, what you're sending out, you're going to get what you want. Low vibrations, sending those out, what you're going to attract, you're going to get what you don't want. It's that simple. High vibrations, you're going to get what you want. Low vibrations, you're going to get what you don't want. It's that simple. So that's why I implore you to catch yourself in the moment, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We're just looking to get 1% better every single day. 80 negative thoughts out of 100 for the average human being. Can you have just 79 negative thoughts today of your next 100 thoughts? Yes, that's a thought that came across your mind. Of course you can. 79 negative thoughts instead of 80. Yeah, just eliminate one negative thought out of the next 100 that you're having. Then let's get it down to 78, 77. Now let's take the positive stack, start increasing that. So the negative stack goes down by 1% a day, and or the positive stack goes up by 1% a day. Then you start getting better at this. Before you know, there'll be days the negative stack's going down and the positive stack's going up. Negative down, positive up. You're on your way to a quantum leap to reinvent yourself so that a year from now, you'll barely recognize yourself. And 5 years from now, you won't even recognize that you will have reinvented yourself and stepped into your true power. That's what we're here for. On the manifesting coaching tip today, Mikey, the one that really stuck out to me was when I did that 50 plus podcast, that 50 and older podcast, the question came up. It was, can beginners and or someone with no educational requirement, no educational background or anything, because some of the folks are like, hey, I'm older than 50 years old, and this is the first I heard of this. And or I'm over 50 and I don't have a college education. Do you need a college education? Is there some kind of educational requirements? So I felt this was a very timely topic to discuss today, Mikey. Yes, as you can imagine, beginners can manifest anything you can imagine. Education requirements are not necessary to manifest anything you can imagine. I just think about it. He was a young beginner, but that little story we started off with, Mikey, from Jim Carrey, he was a beginner. That's the first time he heard the basic elements of manifesting anything you can imagine. He applied them, and within 2 to 3 weeks, he had a wonderful reward. So, yes, beginners at any point in time. And what's good about beginners a lot of time, Mikey, is that they come with a genuine, honest, open, and humble heart whenever they first start off. The universe loves that. The universe loves you coming. It loves a humble person who appreciates humility and generally wants to learn and is authentic. So beginners, I would think, Mikey, in a lot of cases, even have maybe an advantage over others who maybe aren't biased for one reason or another. So yes, beginners can manifest anything they can imagine. It's not a strike against you. Educational requirements, and that's when I go back, Mikey. Those folks who've heard me talk before have heard me talk about my Italian grandma Rose, who had a third grade education, dropped out of school after third grade in Naples, Italy. And my grandma Rose, had she heard this and been explained, like if you listen to me talk for only an hour, that's more than she heard her entire life. She could have manifested anything she could imagine with her thoughts, applying her emotions, knowing the basic ingredients of how to interact with the universe to get on the thought highway and off of that physical 3D highway. So there's no education requirements. I think an awful lot, Mikey, of that. I talk about that. I won't go through the whole story today, but the image that I always see is, there's a human being and it's in a wheat field. The human's in a wheat field, not a stitch of clothing on. The wheat is up to the human being's waist, up above their waist. Dozens and dozens or hundreds of miles around, there's not another single person. And if the human being standing in this wheat field by himself and they say, what is going on? It's a beautiful day. It's sunny, blue skies. There's a couple clouds in the sky. But the human being says, what is going on? I'm here. I feel alone. I feel helpless. How am I ever going to succeed? Universal intelligence, universal subconscious mind, universal light, source power, source energy speaks to that individual. You've got everything that you have everything you need to succeed. Our fellow brothers and sisters have heard me talk before, Mike. You've heard me say that would source energy and source power, source creators say, okay, when you get $10,000 saved up in the bank, then give me a call. Then I'll start to work with you on manifesting. When you buy a car, once you have bought and purchased a car and own a car, then give me a call. Then I'll start to work with you. Once you bought a house and you own a house, then no, it wouldn't say anything of the like. This is pure love, pure, absolute, unconditional love. Every one of us standing in our birthday suit doesn't need anything else. It's all inside of us naturally. This power, access to all knowledge and all power of all time, that by applying your thoughts, if you can think it in your mind with the emotion is the secret sauce, with the emotion of your inner child, you can and will hold it in your hand. Don't have to have money in the bank, don't have to own a car, don't have to own a house, don't have to have fancy clothes on. You have everything you need inside of you. So no educational requirements, Mikey. And beginners, I think beginners even have a little bit of a better opportunity if they come in with a clean slate.
Well, that's awesome. That's great to know because, we're all beginners. We all have to start somewhere. Even you, Pappy, right? Like you didn't,
Yes.
you had to start somewhere. So, and the best part is that we already have the resources to do this. And the example that you gave with Jim Carrey, there's not even any age requirements. He started when he was 5 years old. So that's the best thing about manifesting is that we already have everything that we need in order to do this. And manifesting is giving gratitude and also affirmations. And I know that, Pappy, you start every day and throughout your day, you give affirmations and you always do them in the present. So what is your affirmation today? I know they always start with, I am so happy and grateful now that.
Yeah, Mikey, and I think of just one more thought that came through from what you were just describing from the previous topic is that I would just want to share with our fellow brothers and sisters, Mikey, to let them know there is no failure. There is no failure. What human beings would call failure often is not failure. It was a learning experience. It is a learning experience in which you have improved yourself. That's how we learn. You learn more from a mistake or a failure, what a human being would call that, than you do from doing something properly. So failures are not failures. They are enhanced learning experiences. So we want to start thinking like that. It is a good thing because it means you're applying yourself, and you must and get to take action, efficient, inspired, joyful action. And from a human terms, there will look times that it's, oh, that didn't go so well. I failed, or failure, never a failure. It's a learning experience. And literally, it's moving you forward. The affirmation for today, Mikey, and I think this one is so powerful. This is another one I have in my book. I am so happy and grateful now that I was made in universal intelligence's likeness. And I know that universal intelligence and the universal subconscious mind live within me, and that I am constantly connected with it, to it, and to all. We were all made, Mikey, in the likeness of universal intelligence. And again, individuals have heard me say, we're not talking about noses and toeses here. That's our human. We're not talking about our human. You are an eternal spiritual being. You're an eternal, endless spiritual being. Your spirit is perfect. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. Your spiritual spark is perfect. That is what you were made in the exact likeness of. That same exact spiritual DNA, spirit, and spiritual spark. So that's where you're made in the exact likeness of universal intelligence, universal creator, the very top of that pyramid, so to speak, 100% spirituality, the very top. That's the likeness we were made in. And we possess that all powerful creative power within us to manifest anything we can imagine. And we are connected with it, to it, and to all. We are all part of what the universe refers to as the collective. And as I said earlier, Mikey, even any of us, me, Suzanne, you, when we get off of here, or even right now, but say once we get off of something positive, we do something positive, just one of us, one person out of 8 billion plus is enough to lift the collective consciousness of this entire collective, of the entire planet. That's how powerful we are. That's how integral of a part and role that we all play in helping our fellow brothers and sisters.
That's powerful that we're all connected like that. And just going back to what you said earlier about failure, I think that's so great that there is no failure in this. And reminded me of something I saw the other day. It's fail means first attempt in learning. So I think that's just, when there is no failing. So I just wanted to share that. And another great way to manifest is by asking questions to learn how to manifest. And everyone has a question, and you can go to our website by clicking on the Ask Papi link, and you can submit your question. And today's question is, what are common obstacles to successful manifesting?
Well, Mikey, I think the common obstacles are, the first one would just be coming into contact with it, getting out of that 100% pure 3D mindset and opening yourself up. And believe me, my fellow brothers and sisters, the more you open yourself up, the more that will come into you and through you, the more truth, 100% pure, absolute truth will come into you and through you. And you'll be informed as to this. Open yourself up once it starts to come through. And then, as we've talked today, once you start to get in harmony and start to pick up even a little bit of confidence that you do have this creative power within you to manifest anything, then, as we've talked today, just take action, move forward. We've said a couple times today, and that was a great little acronym, Mikey, that you had tied in with fail. There is no failure. You don't fail. It is all a learning experience, which is enhancing you. You are a better person for it. You've moved your life forward. And actually, you've moved collective consciousness forward as well. So you ought to feel pretty good about that. So it's really just opening yourself up and acknowledging. So, Mikey, I feel that every person who sees me and sees us and hears the show and hears me right now, that there are no coincidences, even because you've been drawn here by however that occurred. You have been blessed in my mind, because you, just from this one show, have now been exposed to this wonderful concept that makes the whole universe go around, so to speak. And now you've got that part out of the way. Open up your subconscious mind, let it flow into and through you, let it fill you up. And then now start to take action, start to take efficient, inspired, joyful action. So those are the first two key steps, I think, Mikey, the common obstacles to successful manifesting to get everybody started.
That's so true, and I think, like, one obstacle is the negative self-talk that we give to ourselves, and I think you need to get out of that mindset because it's so easy to do, like, even with me, like, my defense is, like, self-deprecating humor, and, like, that's something I have to, like, get out of because it's not you have to start believing in yourself, and, like you say, and even in, like, I think one of your social media platforms, I think it was your TikTok, you stand up there in front of this group of young entrepreneurs and you say, "I believe in you 100%." So if Pappy can believe in you 100%, then, you have to start believing in yourself. And that's the only way the universe is going to deliver to you what you truly desire. Another good thing to do is your book. I know that your book is on audio. Listening to your book on audio is just a great thing to do too, to get you to stop staying inside your stinking thinking. So like you say, like listen to your audiobook. You can also, your book's available on Amazon, your physical copy of your book. And each one of those has its own advantages. For me, I like the physical book. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just like to open it up to the pages that your quotes are on. You even have quotes by Jim Carrey that we talked about today. But the meaningful, really meaningful quotes are the ones that come directly from you. And I know you want to share with us today one of your quotes.
Yes, Mikey, yeah, thank you so much. I want to thank you and Suzanne for putting together a great show today. Namaste. I'm very blessed to have both of you on the team helping our fellow brothers and sisters. So thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Mikey, so much. The quote, yes, I see that you have queued up for today is from chapter 4 in the paperback. And this one, again, is just so powerful. You do not live in a zero-sum world, quite the contrary. You live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe filled with unlimited abundance. The thought universe you live in was filled for your enjoyment by universal intelligence with infinite wisdom, love, life, abundance, joy, and harmony. Papi DiNuzzo. Just think about how exciting that is, Mikey. Like literally, I talk about belief and I explain to all of our fellow brothers and sisters, to me, that's everything external to us. And then faith is everything internal, having faith in ourselves and all the gifts we've been given. But this gets to the belief, Mikey, of how wonderful everything external is to us, that universal intelligence filled our world and our universe for us. And we have direct access to infinite wisdom, love, life. You're an eternal, endless spiritual being, abundance, joy, and harmony. These are all your birthrights. Happiness, these are all your birthrights that are in front of you and have been set in front of you by universal intelligence because of the love for you. I implore you, my fellow brothers and sisters, access your birthright, what's been given to you. You're allowed to be happy. As Mikey said, throw away all this negative self-talk that you're delivering to yourself every day. There's no more powerful tool in this entire universe or force in this entire universe than a suggestion. A suggestion, an auto-suggestion is a suggestion from ourselves to ourselves. And that's in self-talk. We're talking to ourselves. That falls into that category. And other suggestions come from other individuals, sources, news, media, internet, whatever else it may be. If it's negative and we don't agree with it, it's not in our value system, cancel and reject it. More importantly, build up as we talk about this wonderful manifesting lifestyle and all these wonderful rituals and all these wonderful tools that I give you for your intentions, for your affirmations, your prayers. If you like to pray, prayers are equally powerful for your identifying your ideal outcomes and auto suggestions. So right here, Mikey, each one of our fellow brothers and sisters, each one of them listening today has the power within them to manifest anything they can imagine. I'm going to thank everyone so much for attending today. Today was another great show. I appreciate your energy and I appreciate you receiving mine as well and my impression of increase that I'm delivering to you so that you can manifest anything you can imagine. Thank you so much. Namaste.
What a great show to close, what a great quote to close the show on. And I hope that everyone's day is filled with love, joy, and harmony. If you're new to Papi Mindset Coach, be sure you're signed up on papimindsetcoach.com to receive Papi's free educational emails and get access to upcoming live events conducted by Papi to help you manifest the health, wealth, and happiness of your dreams. And one additional reminder, please remember to like, subscribe, and share our Papi Mindset Coach social media links.
That's a wrap for this episode of Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast. Keep those dreams big and your mindset unstoppable. Take one step today toward the life you're manifesting, because you can create anything you imagine. If you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Visit papimindsetcoach.com for more resources and follow us at Papi Mindset Coach on social platforms for daily inspiration. If you love this episode, share it with someone ready to transform their life. Until next time, stay focused, stay positive, and keep on manifesting your best life. See you soon.